Greetings and welcome to Joseph's Casey class. We're going to be on worksheet AF number 1. If you're not there, go ahead and open up to it quickly, and we shall begin. These word problems here scare a lot of people, but they're not that bad. Here's the first thing, which you're aware of. You're not actually going to be solving anything here. Not solving anything. You're not going to be adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, none of that. This is actually more of an English language lesson plan than it really is a math one, except that it's going to show up on the math side of the Casey. So you need to know how to interpret a word problem and turn it into a numerical problem. The way you're going to do that is using this key vocabulary over here. You've got a copy on your sheet. I've got a few extra notes that I want you to copy onto them, and I'm going to go over those briefly. But the whole idea that we're going to do in these examples, and you're going to do over and over again in the practice and the homework assignments, is translating this using the key. So let's look at a few notes. Under addition, you'll notice I've got a little note here for notice no is. I don't know if you can read it or not, but it says notice no is. There's no is in front of the more than. When you see any of these words, that's telling you what problem wants you to add. If you see more than, it means add. If you see is more than or is greater than, that is telling you it's an inequality sign. In fact, anytime you see the word is, you know equal or inequality. If you don't see an is right in front of that more than, it's an addition. That's a common trap a lot of kids fall into, is they see more than and they think inequality. No. Look for that keyword is in front of it. Same thing for less than. Is less than means inequality. If there's no is right in front of the less, then it's subtraction. Multiplication, these are all the different things multiplication can be represented by, including the word of. Like just, like half of something, that means you're multiplying that half. If you see the word half, that means times 1/2. And they wrote something different, I would write this. Half means whatever the problem is, whatever's happening in the problem, you're going to multiply it by 1/2. If you see the word twice, that means whatever they want you to do over here, you times it by 2. Don't forget this of means multiplication. Division. Half means divided by 2. They've got something a little bit different. You should write this. Means divided by 2. So when you see half over here in the word problems, that means it wants you to divide something by 2. The final thing is you can't turn this red like I have under subtraction, but you want to make sure this is highlighted and stand out. They bolded it and underlined it. You do something else to it, like put a circle around it or a box or something to let you know that this is different than everybody else's rules. Because here's how you go through these problems. You're going to go, just like you would read anything, left to right. And as you go left to right, you're going to take piece by piece and decode it from the vocabulary into a problem. As you see the numbers going left to right, unless you see less than. If you see less than, you're actually going to break the order and go in reverse. We will have an example. I'll show you what that means. So let's go back to the first problem. I'm going to cross out things as we get through them. So what is an expression that represents the product of 6 and a number decreased by 1? You see this word expression? That's telling you you're not going to have one of these. No equal sign, no inequality. That's all that's telling you. So I'm going to cross it out so I don't go back and look at it and get distracted. What is an expression that represents the product of 6 and a number? Product. Product means multiply. So product of, it's still in that multiply category, so we're multiplying here. 6 and a number. So it means we're going to multiply 6 and a number, because product means multiply, right? So you can cross this out and think of it as meaning multiply 6 and a number. 6 and a number. You don't know what the number is, so it's a letter. I picked X, you can pick Z, you could pick A or D or whatever letter you want. It means a variable. Generally I go with x because that's what they use. But you could use n. A lot of people like n, and that's totally fine. So we're multiplying 6 in a number. And we did 6x. In the order that we saw it. 6 first, then number. Done. Decreased by. Decreased by is, let's see. Oh, right there. Subtraction. By 1. And that's it. Problem solved. Because we're not actually going to add or subtract anything. We're just trying to translate this into a number problem. Next example. What is an equation? Okay, equation means it's going to have an equal sign. Don't put the equal sign yet. It's just letting you know ahead of time there's going to be an equal sign. That represents twice a number. Okay, twice. We got one of these words over here. That means times 2. Okay, so times 2. I know you may not be able to write these notes, but I'm just showing you in your head. You should translate this to times 2. Times 2, a number. Okay, so times 2, a number. Because remember, number means we don't know, means letter. And you might be thinking, wait a minute, shouldn't the multiply go here? Well, it could, but it doesn't really make sense. So sometimes you're going to have to fiddle with it, because you can't have multiply 2 and then an x with no math happening. That's telling you that the next thing you're going to multiply it by 2. Increased by, that's addition, 1 is equal to, that means equals. That number means x, less than 4, less than 4. Oh, wait a minute, trap, less than. Less than means for that subtraction problem, you reverse the order. So in actuality, this is wrong, and the correct answer is 2x plus 1 equals 4 minus x. That's what I mean by reversing the order. You only do that with less than. Everything else, you just go left to right like you saw me do. That's why I wanted you to make a big deal on your paper about less than. They try to do a little bit, you make it more noticeable. That's when you flip, reverse the order. Final example, what is an inequality that represents 2 less than a number is less than that number increased by 7. Okay, lots of words there. It's alright. What is an inequality? Alright, that's telling us it's going to be one of these. We don't know which one yet though, so don't commit anything to paper. But we know that that's what we're leading to. Alright, represents 2 less than a number. So 2 less than a number, but less than means we gotta reverse it. So that means x minus 2 is less than, okay, is less than, that means inequality. X minus 2 is less than. If there wasn't an is, see this one didn't have an is right there, that's subtraction. This one has an is, so it's inequality. That number, okay, that's x because we don't know what number is. Increased by, increased is addition, 7. That's your answer. X minus 2 less than x plus 7. And that's it. There's other examples, other words we didn't go into. You can ask for help as you go along, but really that's it. I'm just showing you how to use this table over here. That's on your board, that's on your worksheet. And I'm going to have a version of this on Symbaloo to use as well when you not have this worksheet in front of you. If you have any questions, ask me, ask your neighbor, rewind the video, rewatch parts that you might have gone to, I might have gone too fast for you. Start the practice and don't go on to any homework until I've told you which ones you're doing. Thank you.